Hello students. In the previous videos of lesson number 2, we have discussed so far regarding formulas. Okay, how to use basic formula, how to use compound formula, and what is meant by cell range, how to define the name for a range, and how to use that defined name range in our formula. Okay, and next coming to the different types of formula errors and different types of cell references we have discussed so far. And we have discussed a small topic called how to manage our worksheet. Okay, how to manage our means that is how to rename, how to delete the worksheet, and how to add colors to your name. Okay, so today in this video we will discuss about function. Our lesson is spreadsheet, formulas, and function. Okay, so now till now we have discussed and we have learned how to apply the formulas on your data or information. Okay, so now we will discuss about the functions. Functions are the pre-designed formulas in Excel to perform both simple and complex calculation. As we have discussed earlier, formula is nothing but user-defined instructions. And next, whereas functions are nothing but pre-designed. Pre-designed means which are already defined in your Excel sheet. By using those functions, we can perform the simple and as well as complex calculations. Okay. So why we have to use functions instead of formulas means functions will save our time and it eliminates the chance to write wrong formulas. Suppose in some situations we will write some mistakes in our formula. Instead of plus we will write add subtraction symbol. Okay, subtraction operator. Okay, instead of A2 we suppose if we select A3 means your calculation will become wrong. Okay, so this will avoid that wrong type of wrong formulas. Okay, so they accept here instead of that the function will accept arguments and after that it will return the values. So here what are these arguments means? Arguments are nothing but the input values of function. Based on that our calculations will be performed to find out the final result. Okay, so these values or these arguments are nothing but that can be maybe a numbers, text or anything. Okay, so all these instructions or all these values or numbers or text that will be enclosed within the parentheses. Okay, so functions begin with the, unlike your formulas same as it is, your functions also will start with equals to sign. What is our topic ma? Functions. So functions, here function which will begin with an equals to sign by the function name followed by the function name and then with the list of arguments separated by comma within the parentheses. Suppose see the syntax, how the syntax will look like for a function is equals to function name. Okay, there is no space in between equals to and the function name. Continuously it will follow after the equals to sign. We have to declare the function name or you can select the function from the Excel function library. Okay, so function name, after that you have to open the bracket and now include your arguments like argument 1 comma argument 2 comma argument 3 and so on. Like this you can add any number of arguments. Okay, so now this is your syntax for function. Okay, so now we will write a basic function. So now we are having some rules. We need to follow these rules to write a function. So first rule is nothing but it should begin with equals to sign. This is the first rule. And next one, what we are writing in the function name means whatever the functions you are writing or you are declaring, it should be a valid Excel name. Means function name should be valid. Function name should be valid Excel name. Okay, suppose if you want to add 2 numbers or 3 digits or 3 numbers or 4 numbers, at that time for addition we are having some function. Instead of that we can't use ADDITION. Okay, because that is not a valid function name. We are having one valid function for adding the numbers, that is nothing but SUM function. We have to use SUM function only. Okay, for example For example, like your sum. Okay. And next, one more rule is there. Function name must be followed by an opening and closing bracket. Function should followed by, function name should followed by opening and closing, opening and closing parenthesis. Okay. And next, finally, arguments are enclosed in the parenthesis. Means how many arguments you want to specify, all those arguments should be in that parenthesis. Okay. After the closing bracket, you should not declare any argument. Okay. So arguments are enclosed in the parenthesis. Arguments are enclosed in the parenthesis. For example, now we will write one basic formula, like for example, equals to sign your sum function, open the bracket, and now specify the arguments a1, comma, a2, comma, a3. Okay. Like this also you can mention. Otherwise, you can declare the function like this also. Instead of writing the references or instead of writing the arguments by declaring as separating by them as comma, we can directly define the range. How many cells we have used? A1, A2, A3. Continuous cells. Now we can directly declare the range as A1 to A3. Suppose, for example, if your arguments are not in a order or not in a continuous order, some value is in A1, some value is in A3 and some other value is in B2. At that time, we have to declare the arguments as sum of A1, B2 and next is C3, okay, D2, like this. Also you can add, okay, like this you have to mention the arguments. If all are in continuous order, at that time directly you can define the cell range. If it is not in the order, you can declare the arguments separately within the parenthesis. Okay, now we will discuss like some common functions are there in our Excel sheet. We will see those common functions are nothing but sum, average. Okay, to find out the average, maximum function is there. Minimum function is there, and next count function is there. Okay, so these are some common functions which we will use regularly to perform the calculation. Those are nothing but sum function, average function, minimum function. Sum you know, average you know, maximum means within your cell range it will find out the maximum number. Minimum means within your range it will finds the minimum number. Count means within your range how many number of values are there, how many number of cells are there, that it will give the count. Okay, suppose in your cell range 10 values are there, 10 cell references are there, it will give the value as 10. Okay, so now we will see one by one these. Okay, I will tell you these common functions by showing you on the Excel sheet. Suppose for example here I am giving as marks. First we will give the subject name, and next marks. In the subject I am giving as math, science, social, English. Okay, and next coming to the marks, I am giving as 99, 98, 97, 96. Okay, so after that I am giving one more mark, like for half yearly mark. Here also I am giving as 98, 97, 95, 94. Okay, after this I want to find out the final marks. Okay, now I want to find out the final marks. Final marks is nothing but your quarterly marks plus half yearly marks will give the final marks. Okay, we can use here AutoSum function. How we have to apply AutoSum function here? Okay, means the AutoSum function, besides being the common and fastest way to find out the total of the given numbers in a range, also provides option to find average, count, maximum, minimum. You can find this option in two places. Okay. So where this option will be there means in our Excel sheet, we can find it in two places. Coming to the first one, when you click on the home button, home tab, at the end you will have AutoSum function. Okay. At the end you will have AutoSum function. When you click on that AutoSum, automatically it will select the range. Okay. B2 to C2. Now B2 plus C2 will give you the final marks. Now just press the enter key. You are getting total marks. Okay. Just click and drag it to down. You will get all the values. Okay. Like this we can do this is one more way. Okay. This is one way. Okay. And next, coming to the next one, go to the formulas tab. First one, it will be there in the home button, and right side of your screen it will be there AutoSum function directly. Otherwise one more place is there where you can find the AutoSum function is nothing but click on formulas and click directly here, you will get AutoSum function. Okay, just click on AutoSum. See here, my control is here, that's the reason it is selecting this. Again, if you click here, so after this, I'm placing my cursor here. Now I am clicking AutoSum function. After this, just click on enter. You will get the marks. Okay. Now just click and drag it to down. You will get all the total marks. Okay. So like this, we can find out the sum by using the AutoSum function, which will be there in two places. One is in home button and another one is in formulas button. Okay. Formulas tab. Sorry. That will be there here in the function library group. You will have first option as a AutoSum function. Okay. And next, coming to the average. Coming to the average also. See here, I am just deleting all these things. Now, average means how you will get average. Average means how you will get average. How you will get children average? 2 subjects divided by 2. Okay. So now here I am placing the cursor here. After this, I am moving to the functions, formulas. Go to the formulas. Now this is in formulas. In the AutoSum function, just click on the down arrow. You will get average. Average of B2, C2. Now just click on enter. You will get 98.5. Okay. Average for quarterly marks and half yearly marks is nothing but your 98 marks. 98.5%, 98.5 is your average. Okay. Now just drag. Once again I will show you for the second one. Just place your cursor or place yourself wherever you want output for the average. At that time it will take the side marks as your average. Now just select the cell. After that go to formulas and click here. Down arrow is there, no? Just click here. Right, you will get average. Okay. So just average. Sorry, it is taking. Average of, select this one and drag it to the last cell and now enter. Okay, after it just click and drag to last cell, you will get the averages. Okay, like this we can use the average. Now finding the maximum number. Maximum number, how to find the maximum number or maximum marks. In half yearly, quarterly you got 99 and half yearly marks are 98. What is the maximum marks? 99. How to find out that maximum means just select the cell, go to AutoSum, you will have maximum function, maximum of B2 to C2. We don't require D2 now because D2 is our average. So just replace this one and write down C2 and close the bracket. Now press the enter key. You will get the 99. And again for the second one, select the cell, go to AutoSum, down you select maximum function. Maximum just remove here. It is relatively, it is taking relative reference, but we don't want that one now. Select this B2 cell and drag it to C2, B3 to C3 and click on the enter. Okay, so just drag it to down, you will get the maximum values. Like this same you can find out minimum values also. Select the cell, go to auto sum, select minimum B2 to E2 it is showing. No need of E2, just click on, we want B2 and C2, just give C2. Okay, and now press the enter key, you are getting the minimum. From 99 and 98, minimum value or minimum marks are nothing but your 98. Just drag it to down, you will get the minimum marks. Okay, minimum marks. Now, count one more function is there, count function, counting the numbers. How to use count means, just select count here. In maths, we are having quarterly marks, half yearly marks, average, maximum and minimum. Totally, how many cell references are there? 5 there. Okay. Now I just want to count, place the cursor or else directly select the cell, go to auto sum function, count numbers. Is equals to count of, just drag it to here, B2 to F2 and now close the parenthesis and press the enter key. Total 5 cells. Quarterly marks is 1 cell, half yearly marks is another cell, average, maximum, minimum, total 5. That will display, and drag it to down, it will display the total number of elements like words, numbers within the given range. Okay. So maximum finds the highest value, minimum function finds the lowest value in the range, and count function will count the number of elements like words, numbers within your cell range. Okay. Suppose if you want to display the date, if you want to display the current date, at that time you can type the function as is equals to today. Okay. It will display the date of today's date. Okay. Suppose if you want to display the month, for month is equals to month of today. Close the parenthesis properly. So today month is 6th. Suppose if you want in terms of text, for month, at that time is equals to text of today function. Okay, text of today, comma, we want month, no, give MMM, 4 M's. Okay, sorry. Text of today function, why is missing here, that's the reason it is saying June. Okay, like this you can do for date also. Okay, so we are having some functions, just observe this, sum is having, will give the sum of the range, average finds the average of a range, odd number returns the number which is rounded up to the nearest odd integer. Okay, odd number, integer rounds a number to the nearest integer, product which will multiply the values within our cell range. Suppose if you have selected 5 cells means it will find the multiplication or product of those 5 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Rounded to number digit. Here in this function we have to give one number and we have to mention one digit. It will round a number to the whatever the digit you have specified, it will round to that digit. Exponent, it will return the natural logarithm which is raised to the power of a number. So exponent, or maybe in your mathematics it is not there. Okay. Next, coming to the square root, it returns a square root, power, x power a or a power x or 2 power 3 means what? 8. It will print like that. It will print the value like that. Modulus number or divisor, it will return the remainder after a number is divided by the divisor. This is all constants you know very well. Okay, you can apply all those things in the Excel sheet and observe the changes. Okay, and observe the calculation how it is doing. So where all these functions will be there means we are having in Excel sheet we are having function library. See here, this is in formulas. All these are function libraries. Okay, first one is AutoSum, we have discussed recently. Suppose these are all recently we have used. Financial means suppose those who are doing finance, Okay, for them they will have some different calculations. Based on those calculations, we will have some functions. And logical, based on logical, we are and function will be there false if error not or true, these type of. On text we will have some, or we discussed concatenate function. Okay, other than this we are having so many other functions which we can apply on the text. So if you want date and time, month regarding seconds, times, hours, for those things we are having different functions. It means based on the category we are having different types of functions. According to your requirement you can go for different type of category. Okay, again lookup and reference we are having so many. Coming to the mathematical trigonometry concept, we are having so many functions are there. Okay, if you want more functions you will have more type of functions like this you can search. Otherwise, sometimes if you don't know which type of function you want to apply, you don't know what to do, at that time there is also one option is there. For that also, just click on this effect or else click on this insert function. Just click on, you will get one dialog box called insert function. There we will have, see here, give the description here. First box, rectangular box will show, give the description. Now addition of numbers. Just click on go. See, it will give the related functions. It will highlight one function name. You can make use of that for your phrase. Okay. So how the function declaration will be there, or what is the syntax. For sum means down it will show the sum, this one, sum number 1 comma number 2, like this you have to mention the cell range. Okay, add all the numbers within that range. Okay, so whatever if you want to do calculation, that you can specify in this box, and in the down you will get the different types of functions based on your requirement. Okay, and you can make use of one of those functions to perform the calculation. Okay, or else you know the function name and you want to use that function, at that time you can select a category. Here we are having drop down boxes there, no? Just click on here, you will get more categories, like whatever you will show, that will show on formulas, no? Same what that will be there here, financial, date and time, mathematical and trigonometry, statistical, database, text, logical, information engineering, all those will be there. Okay, so if you click on date and time means you will get all the functions related to date and time. Okay, so how to use that function, it will display the syntax also, you can go through with that syntax. Okay, so click on OK. So you can make use, it will ask year, month, day and mention in that one, and click on OK, you will get the function and you will get the answer also. Okay, so like this you can apply any type of function for your calculation based on your requirement. Okay, so this is nothing but your functions from your second lesson. Okay, this will finishes the syllabus. So in your free time or leisure time, don't waste your time, children. Just go through these functions. Okay, time pass now. Mathematics means everyone will get interest now. Okay, sit on a computer and just practice these functions. Okay, make one worksheet, and in that worksheet based on your in data, just perform all the functions. Okay, so this will finishes your second lesson video. Okay, thank you, children.